Hey guys, Drew with Because Jiu-Jitsu back here again. Today we're going to go over some straight ankle locks. So this is going to give you a whole lot of different options for ways to finish them. It's going to tell you the difference between what's an ankle lock and what's a compression lock, and a little bit of basic positioning when it comes to your regular old ashigarami. There's more than one way of doing it, and there might be more than one reason why you do it one way or the other. The actual locks themselves, we're going to go over 5 different variations. I'm not going to impose on you which one is the best because I have my favorites, but I want to leave it up to you to figure it out because it might work better for your body type to use one that I don't like. So I'll leave that up to you. All of these have been used with success in competition at all sorts of levels. So I know that none of them are garbage. You just have to apply them right. So we'll go over how I like to do that in this video. Alright, so we're going to start off with ashigarami, how to enter it and the controlling aspects of it. So, like most things in Jiu-Jitsu, double insides is always going to be a dominant position. It's the same for pummeling, it's the same for butterflies, it's the same for leg entangling and leg pummeling. You want to have 2 feet on the inside, that means that you're in control. Grabbing at the heels or the ankles right here, I'm going to slide one leg flat, pull myself in, and now this leg here is just going to clamp my thigh against the thigh right here. And this one's going to go, pay attention here, heel in. I don't want to go toes in right here. I want to go heel in and try if I can to get my toes as close to the ground as possible. The number one escape to a basic ashigarami is going to be removing this off the hip. My opponent hops over and then he starts untying the whole position. So if I dig this heel in and put it right here, he can't very easily push it off of his hip because it's kind of attached to the ground. And if I take this knee and try to cover my heel a bit, it's going to make it extra difficult for him to remove. So we've got the heel in, we're clamping thigh to thigh. Now here's a variation or an option depending on what you're doing. Some people like to put the instep on the same side leg that you're attacking to really clamp and isolate this one. Some people like to put it on the opposite thigh right here. There's a bunch of different reasons why you do one or the other. Typically this one is better for heel hooking because if I'm coming on an outside heel hook right here, he wants to turn that direction, and this butterfly hook stops him from rotating. So if we're just going for straight ankle locks, it's dealer's choice in my opinion. So since we've covered ashigarami now, I want to cover the locks themselves. So the difference between a straight ankle lock and a compression lock is a straight ankle lock is going to bend the foot to break it at the ankle, and a compression lock is going to lift a lever underneath the Achilles tendon, maybe a little up the calf, but the closer to the heel, the more sharp pain you're going to get with that blade of your arm digging up underneath. Both of them work. Some locks use both at the same time. So you'll figure that out as you play with them. Our first one we're going to go over here is probably the most common application or grip variation on straight ankle lock, and that's a rear naked choke grip. So I'm going to overhook his leg here, coming tight back so that I notch this little heel right here, stops my arm. That means that his toes are going to be right behind my armpit. Great. This one typically is going to be an ankle lock, less of a compression lock. I'm going to keep my hand flat like this to come to my bicep, and then this one comes up and grabs low on the shin. I don't want to be up here where he can hand fight me easily. If he pulls that off, it's going to make it harder to finish. So I want to come up high like this, so it's just further for him to grab. These are always pushing him away. Now the finish here is going to be trying to touch the back of my armpit to the ground, which is going to flex his foot like that. And that's going to be straight on the ankle. There's a whole lot of compression going on there. Our second variation is going to be a ball and socket. I use this one a lot in competition. I know it works. This one is more of a compression lock. And for this one, before I was keeping my hand flat, where I've got a lot of surface area right here against the Achilles, this time I'm going to flip it 90 degrees. So now I have very little surface area, and that sharp bone is going to dig into the Achilles right here. I'm going to grab, make my fist right here, that's the ball, and this is the socket. We're just going to cut with a palm right here. Bring your elbows together, and same thing, I'm going to turn and try to go belly down in this direction, lifting to pull that blade through the Achilles. Very painful lock. And obviously you can roll all the way belly down if they're trying to roll with you, and you'll just get tighter and tighter as you cinch that up as you go. Now there's a variation on this one that Dean Lister likes that I call the Lister lift, because he's the one I saw it from. As he gets to this ball and socket right here, a lot of times he doesn't even grab like this, he'll just put his fingers on the meat right here. And what he does is basically like a shrug. He's gonna pull his elbows in and lift like this as he tries to pull his thumb up his sternum. Same thing, you're gonna cut underneath that Achilles as you lift, and you don't have to lean, you don't have to belly down, you can finish it right in place. Our next variation we're going to go over has to do with the ball and socket grip. It's just a different twist to it when you get there that's going to amplify the amount of push that you get underneath this Achilles. Same thing, we're going to make sure that we're down low, we're notched right against his heel here. We're not up high on the calf where there's too much meat to cut through. Way down here. We're going to get our ball and socket like this. And now instead of just lifting like this, what I'm going to do is take this hand and turn it like that. Call this one a Buddha palm. So we come like this, and now we literally shove it like this. Some people use this in a guillotine, and it works to great effect. Same thing with the straight ankle lock right here. We just push it up through that Achilles. Very painful, a lot of torque on that one. It's going to be cutting that compression lock. Last one we're going to go over. This one is not as popular for whatever reason. I've had a lot of success with it. I think you will as well. It's called the reverse grip. I'll show you why I like this one. The way we're going to set this one up is we've got our ashigarami. We're on our side right here. I'm going to take this arm, drive it back to preload his ankle. I'm bending him at the toes right here so it's already stressed. Now, instead of coming underneath right here to start attacking, I'm going to bring this one underneath, right at that notch, okay? Make a rear naked choke grip right here on your bicep and right here, okay? I don't want to grab the shin, I want to grab up here. It adds more stress. You can see the squeeze that it puts on his leg. You've got that for free, so don't cheat yourself right here. Grab that to get a little extra. And then all you're doing is bellying down and turning, and this one will break a foot. This one's not a compression lock. This will shatter all sorts of bones in there. Again, I want to drive this arm back, bending the toes. Bring this one underneath, right at the heel, okay? Just above where that notch the heel is. Grabbing my bicep, my own arm, turning away and breaking. So I hope those help. There's all sorts of variations out there, and I know some people they get a little picky on which one they like and which one they don't. Like I said, I'll leave it up to your discretion. You play with these, drill them at the gym, see what works for you, ask your partner how it feels. Make sure that you're hitting these details. There's a few fine details in there that will make it work or not work. So if you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Watch the video back while you're drilling it to get those details. And make sure you subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.